Brazil's biggest hope for the 2026 FIFA World Cup might not be Vinícius Júnior, might not be Rodrygo, and might not even be Neymar if he doesn't return. Sounds unbelievable, right? But stay with me, because today we're going to break down something that could change the way you look at Brazil's national team. If someone asked you right now, who would you trust the most to lead Brazil's attack in the 2026 World Cup if Neymar isn't there? What would your answer be? Vinícius Júnior? Rodrygo? Or maybe someone else? Most people would quickly say Vini or Rodrygo because they have big names, big clubs, big salaries, and big fan bases. But the real answer, if we look at performance, numbers, efficiency, impact, and early consistency, might surprise you completely. Because the one player who is proving himself more than anyone else, the one player who is delivering more than expected, and the one player who is silently becoming Brazil's most reliable attacking weapon is none other than the teenager who is rewriting expectations, Estevão Willian. Yes, Estevao. If you think this sounds exaggerated, then don't worry. I will show you the stats, the debut performance, the first 11 matches, the goals, the assists, and everything you need to see. And by the end of this video, you will decide for yourself who Brazil's real hope for 2026 should be. So now, let's break down the reality, slowly, clearly, and with facts. First, let's look at how many matches Vinícius Júnior, Rodrygo, and Estevao have played for Brazil since their debuts. We'll start with Vinícius Júnior. Vini made his Brazil debut in 2019. From 2019 to 2025, that's 6 long years, he has played a total of 44 matches for the national team. In those 44 matches, he has scored 8 goals and provided 6 assists. Now let's move to Rodrygo. Rodrygo also debuted in 2019. Since then, he has played 37 matches for Brazil. In these 37 matches, he has scored 9 goals and provided 2 assists. And now, let's talk about Estevão Willian, the new kid, the rising star, the teenager who debuted only last year. Since his debut, he has played 11 matches for Brazil. In those 11 games, he has already scored 5 goals. Think about that for a moment. Vini needed 44 matches to score 8 goals. Rodrygo needed 37 matches to score 9. Estevao has scored 5 goals in only 11 matches. This is not normal. This is not something you see every day. This is something special, something rare, something that demands attention. But let's go deeper. Now let's look at how long it took each player to score their first goal for Brazil after their debut. Vinícius Júnior took 11 matches to score his first international goal. His first 10 matches had no goals and no assists. Rodrygo was faster. He scored his first goal after 4 matches in a World Cup qualifier against Paraguay. Estevao, he scored his first goal after 6 matches. So in terms of time taken, Rodrygo was fastest, Estevao next, Vini last. But the real difference comes when we compare their first 11 matches. If you look at Vinícius Júnior's first 11 matches, 0 goals, 0 assists. If you look at Rodrygo's first 11 matches, 1 goal, 0 assists. If you look at Estevao's first 11 matches, 5 goals. This comparison alone tells a massive story. Estevao's performance in his first 11 matches is not just better than Vini and Rodrygo. It's not even close. He is far ahead of both of them. He is showing a goal-scoring instinct that neither Vini nor Rodrygo had at the beginning of their careers with Brazil. And remember, Vinícius Júnior and Rodrygo debuted at older ages, with more experience, playing for Real Madrid, training with world-class players, and already having big reputations. Estevao is doing these things at 17, 18 years old. That tells you something about the future. Now let's talk about consistency and impact. Vinícius Júnior's Brazil career: 44 matches, 8 goals, 6 assists. Rodrygo: 37 matches, 9 goals, 2 assists. These numbers are not bad, but they are not superstar-level numbers either. They are not numbers that tell you, this is the man to carry Brazil in the World Cup. They show potential, flashes of brilliance, but not long-term consistency. Compare that to Estevao: 5 goals in 11 matches at the start of his career. This level of instant impact is extremely rare in international football, and he is not a striker. He is a winger, just like Vini and Rodrygo. Considering that, his goal ratio becomes even more impressive. Now let's focus on something important: trust. When you watch a World Cup, trust matters more than hype. You trust the player who can convert chances. You trust the player who performs when the team needs him. You trust the player who delivers, not the player with the biggest name. And right now, based on stats, based on debut efficiency, based on early performance, and based on how quickly he settled into the national team, Estevao is leading that trust list. This doesn't mean Vinícius Júnior is a bad player. Of course not. He is world-class at Real Madrid. It doesn't mean Rodrygo isn't talented. He absolutely is. But when we talk strictly about Brazil's national team performance, when we talk strictly about who is delivering goals for the Seleção, when we talk strictly about who is rising at the fastest rate, the numbers are speaking clearly. Estevao is outperforming both Vini and Rodrygo in early international impact. So now let's return to the big question. If Neymar does not play in the 2026 World Cup, who will be the main hope for Brazil? Who will be the leader of Brazil's attack? Who will fans trust to carry the team forward in the toughest moments? If you go by the name, you might say Vinícius Júnior. If you go by club reputation, you might say Rodrygo. But if you go by performance, numbers, efficiency, goals, adaptation speed, and early consistency, the answer becomes clearer and clearer. Estevão Willian. Yes, he is young. Yes, he still has a lot to learn. But numbers don't lie. Performance doesn't lie. Impact doesn't lie. And right now, all signs point to Estevao becoming Brazil's main attacking leader in 2026, if this level of progress continues. So now the question goes to you. After seeing all the stats, all the comparisons, and all the early performances, who would you trust the most for Brazil in the 2026 World Cup? Vinícius Júnior, Rodrygo, or Estevão Willian? Drop your answer in the comment section and let us know your opinion.